Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Clear the Ice. I'm your host, Mike Lauro. Flyers fall tonight 3-2 in overtime as the Vegas Golden Knights come back and win the game in overtime 3-2. Really bad turnover in this game tonight in overtime. Travis Konechny, I don't know what he was trying to do. He was skating in his own zone, and, you know, he was turning around every time he went to make a turn. Next thing you know, he gives the puck away, and it sets up Stone tonight as Stone gets his second goal of the game, and they end up winning this game 3-2. But the Flyers do get a point coming out of this tonight, so I really cannot wait to see what is going to go on with these guys going forward now as they get set for a home with the Carolina Hurricanes. And with, you just heard Matty B say, me and him did switch. Unfortunately, Saturday night, we have a storm coming in the area, and I will be at work. So I will definitely not be doing the game Saturday night. As far as doing the show on Sunday morning, it'll probably be Big Al by himself because I will not be able to be there for him. So with that being said, I would, just wanted to let you guys in on that. So I will be doing most of the post games on Sunday after Philly AM Sports. I will have the Eagles post game, and I will also be doing the Flyers post game that night. So getting back into this, game tonight, like I said, we're going to get into, I think the Flyers showed a lot of grit in this game tonight with the way that they were they would give up the lead, they would come back and tie it. To me, it showed a lot of moxie with this young Flyers team. So for me, I really like the way that they were responding. Now, they did make a costly mistake, but the way I'm looking at it going forward, I really do like what I'm seeing from this Flyers team. They're getting points. This would be games that they would probably give away in the third period and lose a year ago. Rick Tocchet, there's something to say about the way Rick Tocchet has taken the approach to this team, and I like what he's done. I feel like right now, and I'm going to be honest, I feel like Tocchet right now is probably a early runner for Coach of the Year because he's taking the same team more or less with the only guy really that they added really onto this team. I mean, there was a few minor adds, but like Zegras is the only top guy that they've added to their top six, and they are really playing really good hockey. They really are. I mean, are they? They're staying in competition with some of these better teams in the NHL, and I've been really liking what I'm seeing from this Flyers team, and that's why I have hope. I mean, I'm probably one of the stern believers that I think they can make the postseason this year. Now, will that be a 7th seed or an 8th seed or maybe even a 6th seed? I think the ceiling for them was probably a 5th. But the Flyers are hanging around, and this is kind of a fresh breath air thing for me, considering what we've seen over the last 4 or 5 years. By this time of the year, by the time New Year's hit, the Flyers were so out of it, with the exception of 2 years ago when they kind of fell out of it late. Other than that, this team's been written off by New Year's Day. So to see them playing the way that they're playing, we're going to get into, I'll let you know where they stand at, because this Metropolitan Division is it is so tight in this Metropolitan Division that if you do go on any type of a losing streak in this division, holy cow, man. You could be on the outside looking in if you were to have, I would say, one of the old Flyer 10-game losing streaks. That wouldn't bode well this year with this division. So We're going to get into all that. You guys have your comments, and Mickey Delaney checking in saying, "Hey, Mike, Joe Hale, Joe Hale, he should get a badge as our most popular chatter because Joe will come on and I get a lot of crap from you guys because I don't bring you guys on. I told you, when it comes to post games, I don't like doing that. I don't like. I'd rather you type it in and then we can go back and forth. Um, I will talk to Al and see if Al's maybe thinking about maybe opening the lines up for Sunday morning. That might be something we can talk about going into the future. And I might even change it to see how it goes. I might do one of these Flyers games or post games, down the line. I may open up the phone lines. It's not that I don't want to talk to you guys, but it's just I'm so used to doing something one way that I would have to get used to opening the lines like Maddie does. So maybe somewhere down the line, I will do that, and I will let you guys know. So because my DMs was kind of blowing up, like, hey, when are you going to open up the phone lines? And I do a show with Al, so but I will tell you this: let's get the before we dive into this game, we got to pay bills. Well, at least I got to pay Matt's bills. So let's get into this, guys. All right, you are watching Clear the Ice, and tomorrow night, special time. That's right, 5 o'clock. So you come home, get your dinner, and put on Birds Blast with Maddie B and Kyle Quinn. You can eat your dinner. You can throw your dinner at your computer screen if you don't like what either of these guys are saying, but they will be on talking this upcoming game between the Birds and the Raiders. Of course, we have on Sunday as well. We will have I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the debut of Philly Friday Frenzy with Big Al Safiri. Al's going to be all lathered up and ready to go. I think he might even be bringing some coconut oil for this one. So make sure you guys tune in for Al tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. I think he said he might be lathered up in some coconut oil. So there you go. Bring that, and then you guys can watch that as well. On Saturday, like I said, here was the schedule. Me and Matty B have swapped Saturday for Sunday. So Matty B will be covering you guys on Saturday right after the home game for the Flyers against those Carolina Hurricanes. And I will take over on Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, I will have you for the Birds Flyby. That'll be roughly around 4:20-ish, 4:30-ish. I will have you guys for the post game. And then we will sit back and enjoy the rest of the day's football games because there are some really, really good ones this week in the NFL. So if you watched Props, Locks, and Parlays last night or 2 nights ago, you would have seen I made my picks, and there's some really, really good ones at the 425 spot this week. So make sure you guys definitely tune in for that. And then, of course, I will be back that night. Al will be with you Sunday morning. I will try my best to join him on Sunday. I cannot guarantee that, considering I will be probably working from 9 at night to approximately between 10 a.m. and 12 noon, clearing the roads for you guys. So if I can make it back there, if they cut us loose early, you never know. So again, with the impending storm coming. So again, guys, and by the way, the night before the Pinstripe Bowl game, that's right, I am going to do a very special holiday or a very special Happy Valley Huddle as we get ready to, as Terry Smith gets to coach his final game for Penn State before he stays on as an assistant coach, actually assistant head football coach to one Matt Campbell, who comes over from Iowa State to now take over the Penn State Nittany Lions. So let's get into this game, guys, tonight. First and foremost, we're going to start off first period, man. Right around the 6:07 mark of the first period, Zach Whitecloud would score from Barbashev and Bowman. They would give Vegas Knights a 1-0 lead. And then one of the most beautiful goals, the Flyers, both of their goals today were beautiful. This goal by Trevor Zegras was simply amazing. But even more amazing was the pass from Travis Sanheim. Caught him right on the tape on the back door of the goaltender. Zegras just politely puts it in. Flyers tie the game up at 1-1 at the 16:11 mark. That's how the first period would end. And then we would go into the second period. Vegas once again would take the lead on Mark Stone's fifth goal of the year. Dorchev and Jack Eichel would get the assist at 12:53, giving them the Vegas Golden Knights a 2-1 lead. And then Noah Juleson, you want to talk about a one-timer? I thought this guy blew the back of the net out. Holy cow, did he rip it? And he got it from Dvorak and Grunderson. It was at 16:08. Also, Zegras' goal was by Sanheim and Dvorak, so they got the helpers on those. So Dvorak had 2 points tonight, 2 helpers, but they would tie the game at the 16:08 mark of the second period, and it would stay that way all the way to overtime to literally with 2:47 of overtime. Mark Stone from Jack Eichel. Travis Konecny turns the puck over, and he kind of like circled back, and he lost the puck. Eichel comes in and just hits Stone coming in, and unfortunately, Vladar could not stop the puck. So that's what happened there, and that would be your final. So Joe Hale said Zegras had a great game. He did. That goal was crazy. Ryan Swope checking in. What's up, Ryan? How are you, buddy? Welcome to the Fighting's final. Or I'm sorry, I said Fighting's final. Clear the ice. It's been a while, man. But I'm actually a little excited. I'm a little more excited about the Phillies. I heard my boy Mike Papernick on with Matty B. I was really. I'm a little excited for the Phillies. I know he's not very high on. He's not very high on them guys, but hopefully he will. Ryan Swope says Bobby Brink is exciting. Bobby Brink's. I'm sorry. I think he's been one of the better Flyers this year. That whole line between him, Kate, when Forrester was in, that line is just a lightning rod for the Flyers. They get that team going. And Forrester's injury, you can just see. He said, "Oh no, I hate it." I'm sorry, but I think they've just been a lightning rod for this Flyers team. Vladar has been a very delightful surprise with this team. But I got to say, man, I like the defense on this team. I think the defense on this team has gotten a lot better. And hopefully this defense continues to grow. I don't know if you guys saw, but Carter Hart took the ice tonight. They gave him a nice Philly welcome. They booed him, which I don't understand why they booed him, because it was the Flyers that kind of let him go. Like, the Flyers could have held on to his rights until everything was clear and he'd be in net for the Flyers. So, but hopefully whatever went down with that situation, man, they say you're innocent until proven guilty, and he got proved innocent in that situation that he was in. It cost him a couple of years of his professional career. So, hopefully that young man goes on to have a great career. And trust me, with the Flyers, it would not be out of the realm somewhere down the line if the Flyers ever brought him back. They brought back Ron Hextall twice, so I can't. I think Pete Peters was brought back here a couple times as well. So, I mean, the Flyers, they have look at Tocchet. Look at your head coach. Look how many times Tocchet was here. I think Tocchet was here 2 or 3 times. Mark Recchi, he did just as much damage to the Flyers as he did for the Flyers. So, so before you go booing a guy like Carter Hart, man, just wish the kid well. Hopefully he gets going and he has a productive career. And like I said, if he has a very good career, going forward, he very well could end up back in the orange and black. Um, so, um, Ryan, I would love to chat with you about that, brother, but this is for the Flyers. But I hear you. But we'll talk. We'll talk more about that. You can chime in on Sunday morning, and we'll definitely talk more about that. Or you want to talk with Big Al tomorrow night? He'll be probably running up about the Phillies as well. Some interesting names are being linked with the Phillies via the trade market. So I'm waiting to see. Ricky, how are you, pal? Go Flyers, man. All right, you like the new DNA? Okay. But to me, like I said, this game, it was just one bad thing that Konechny did, and he turned the puck over in his own net and or in his own zone, and it just got put behind him. So I'm going to give you the totals right now. Shots on goal, 21-19 in favor of the Golden Knights. Face-off was 54% to 45%. Power plays, they were 1 for 2. Flyers 0 for 3 again. They got to start connecting on the man advantage. And Ryan's saying, no, they need new DNA. Well, hey, you got to wait and see. I mean, they do have new DNA as far as they added Don Mattingly to the bench. And I'll kind of touch base on that afterwards. But, yeah, I think that was a very underrated signing by the Phillies, is bringing him aboard. Block shots was 16-13 in favor of Vegas. Giveaways, Vegas went 19 giveaways, Flyers with 10. Takeaways, each team had 4. This one here was, like I said, tonight was 3-2. Philly and Vegas, they link up one more time, January 19th in Vegas. So we'll have to wait until the 19th of January, which is MLK Day, Martin Luther King Day. So that will be the next time that the Flyers get their chance at the Vegas Golden Knights as they drop this one tonight. We're going to take a trip around the NHL right now as you take a look. Right now in the third period, Toronto with a 2-1 lead over the Sharks. It is the Tampa Bay Lightning 8, the New Jersey Devils 4. Jesus God, 12 goals in a game. Holy cow. 16 seconds left to go in the third period. It is the Canadiens 4, the Pittsburgh Ice Pigeons 2. So and yes, I call them the Ice Pigeons. In Nashville right now, it is the Predators 6, the Blues 2. In the third, just underway in Minnesota, Wild and Stars 2-2. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this now. I like the Stars this year. I know at Colorado is off to a very, very fast start, but I like this underlining Dallas team. I really do. I think they can actually win the Western Conference this year. So I'm going to roll with them, even though right now, like I said, there's nobody playing better than Colorado. But I really do like Dallas. They're going to be my pick to represent the Western Conference this year. Out in Winnipeg right now, it is the Bruins 4, the Jets 3. In the second period in Edmonton right now, the Oilers lead the Red Wings 2-1. Panthers and Avalanche in the first right now as they get underway. 1-1 in that game out there. Fine. Oh, and also in Vancouver, Sabres and Canucks, no score. So, we have an update here. Final in overtime. The Sharks come back and knock off the Maple Leafs 3-2. Oh, wow. That game in Jersey has just gone final. It was the Lightning 8-4 over the Devils. Damn, 12 goals in a game. Who they have playing net? Swiss cheese? Holy Christ. 12 goals? That's odd. You don't really see a high-scoring game like that. I might go check out the highlights for that one. Holy cow. Islanders 5, Ducks 2. It was the Hurricanes 3, Capitals 2. So that's who the Flyers got coming up next. And last but not least, in Columbus, the Blue Jackets lose at home to the Senators 6-3. So there you have it for tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to give you just your little rounded trip. And there's only 2 games tomorrow. 2 games tomorrow. That's it. 2 games for Friday night as the Blackhawks go to St. Louis to take on the Blues, and the Seattle Kraken at 9 o'clock go to Utah to take on the Mammoths. So there's your 2 games for tomorrow in the NHL. And then you got a full slate on Saturday. And I'll tell you what, I'm just taking a look through some of the games. There's a really good matchup Saturday night, probably the same time the Flyers are on. Oilers and Maple Leafs get together in Toronto. That looks like a hell of a game to go and take a look at. Also, you also have the Jets and the Capitals locking horns. An old-time rivalry renewed as an old-time original 6 game gets played also Saturday night, 8 o'clock, Red Wings and Blackhawks. I think that would be kind of cool. And I'll tell you what, there's another one Saturday night, 8 o'clock, Panthers and Stars. So if you like hockey, you definitely have to take a look at some of these games that are going to be played Saturday night. So that should be pretty darn good. It should be pretty good going in there. And the Ducks are actually in Jersey to take on those Devils. So the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim will be there. Joe Hale asking me a question here. It says, what do the Flyers to do to upgrade the team? I think they should try to make I think they should try to upgrade the centerman position. It's been an area of need for them for a while. It still is. And we need a guy who can put the puck in the net. The Flyers, I feel, are a few scorers away from really being talked about with the upper echelon teams in the Eastern Conference. They're playing great right now, but, I'm waiting for the dip, as they say, where some of these guys ain't going to be scoring as much. So I definitely think, that they have a chance. Hopefully they can go and do that. Briere's been acquiring assets. So hopefully he can make some trades and, and get some scores in here. My man Frankie James checking in says, don't you know? Tough loss tonight. Here's my takeaway. Zegras almost had as many points as he did all of last year. Frankie, we were just talking about him. I feel like even though he's probably the only kind of upgrade really that the Flyers really made, notable upgrade. I'll tell you what, as much as true as your statement is on that, I will say this: that pass from Sanheim tonight, both the Flyers' goals tonight were very, very good. His goal, Zegras' goal, was a thing of beauty, and I'll tell you what, Jules's goal. Holy cow. Did he let it rip? I mean, to me, that was an old time. I'll throw a little name out there for you who used to blast him from the point like that. But he was a left-handed shot. You remember Al Iafrate, how he used to take the hardest slap shots? That's what it looked like. It looked like an old Al Iafrate goal from when he played with the Caps. That back of the net just exploded, man. So he said huge upgrade, low risk, high reward bringing him in. Zegras will be a 30 to 35 goal scorer real soon. I got a feeling, brother. Hey, your lips to God's ears. But Joe Hale asked me a question about where do I think the Flyers need to upgrade. I want to ask you, Frankie, while I got you here. What centermen do you think right now could be available around the trade deadline to bring in for the Flyers? That's a callback. Holy shit. Yeah, but that's what it looked like. If you go back and watch that goal, you watch the back of that net. The back of the net, I haven't seen a shot like that in a while. I have not seen a shot like that in a while where the back of the net comes out. When I saw that, I jumped out of my chair. I was sitting in this chair watching the game. I damn near jumped out of my seat when I saw that shot. I was like, oh my God. That reminded me of an old Al Iafrate low, and when he would do his during the All-Star competition, when they would do the hardest shots or when they would try to break the plates. But yeah, I'm wondering. I'm thinking of just, I know they've been linked to Quinn Hughes. They've been linked to him and also the his teammate. His name is slipping me right now. Um, they've been linked to both of them. They're both centermen. They both played for Tockett. So I know they've been linked, but I don't know if the Flyers have enough to get a Quinn Hughes, or if they do, they may have to give up more than what they want. So I don't know. But for me, honestly, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the progression of this Flyers team. I really, truly am. And I didn't give you guys a point total yet, so let me get to the standings. Right now, in your Metropolitan Division, the Capitals and Hurricanes are tied at the top of the division with 40 points. Right behind them is the Islanders at 39 points. Right under them is, which I don't get this. I'm looking at the standings here. They have the Penguins and the Flyers have played the same amount of games. The Flyers have 2 more wins, and they have 1 more point than the Penguins, but they got them in 5th place. The Flyers are in 5th, and the Penguins are in 4th. I don't know. Maybe somebody can answer that for me. I don't know. That was the other guy who I was talking about. He said not a lot of centermen right now. That's worth it. Elias Pettersson. Yeah. They both of the Pettersson and Quinn Hughes have been linked to going to the Flyers, but like I said, I just don't know how much you're going to have to, to get him. He said, "I'm in for the Hughes move. Go get Hughes. If you don't, we will have the most money to spend next season with a solid free agent core. Next off season. I'm hoping you're right. He said, I'm okay what we had in the youth and developing, spending the money next year. I personally think that they can get to the playoffs this year. I really do. I think they could be, I said the ceiling for them is probably a 5th seed. But I'm looking at the lower end, And do I think they could steal a game or two in the first round? Yeah, I don't think they'll win the series, but it'd be great to see them take a team to a 7-game. Why not? If they're going to get bounced, make it exciting. But they got to get spring hockey back in that building. They got to. This is, to me, I don't think they're going to fall short. I really, truly don't. I think, this division's so even. Really, if you take a look at it, like nobody's running away with this division. And in the conference, you're looking at the Red Wings right now. This has been weird. Like I've been looking at this, like it's almost the same thing with the Red Wings and the Lightning. They both play 31 games. The Red Wings have 17 wins. The Lightning have 18 wins. The Lightning have 38 points, but they got them listed in 2nd place. So I don't know if that's a typo or what. But it's been weird. Like they got it with the Flyers and the Penguins too. So I don't know. It's been weird. I am a fan. Also, having 3 years covering this team in the media, so I'm all about the patience. Find the tools. Mitch Koff. We're wrong. We'll probably. Yeah. I what did he say? If the Flyers make the playoffs, any jersey you want, I got you. You heard it here first. All right. I'll tell you right now, I'm slimming down. So by the time we go to talk about this, it'll be I'll probably have to get a Tyson Forrester because that's my guy. Him or Noah Cates. They're the only 2 guys I'm getting, Frankie. I'm letting you know right now. They're my 2 guys. I love the Cates, Brink, and Forrester line. So, it'll be one of those guys. All right, guys, listen, we are going to wrap it up. He said, Cowboy Dave checking in, says, hey, Mike, just checking in. Tough loss for the Fly Guys tonight. Got to love the effort in this team. Yeah, Dave. Yeah, I was just saying that. They've played 2 of the really good elites, I think, of the NHL with playing Colorado and then playing Vegas back to back, or not back to back, but uh, you know, I will definitely say that there was a good effort, and the Flyers got a point out of this one. They didn't get a point out of the Colorado game, but I felt like they played such a great game against them. They just couldn't find a way to put it up, man. So there you have it, man. He says, "You get a Frankie James game worn Yeah, you get it, I'll wear it, buddy. You send it, I'll wear it." Frankie says, "Great job, Michael Messi at the show. You got it, brother. You got it." Again, guys, just to be on the let you guys know again, for the Clear the Ice, I will not be here Saturday night. Unfortunately, like I said, we got winter weather coming through, and my duty calls for the state of Pennsylvania. I have to go out there and plow the road. So I will be out plowing literally from about 9:30, 10 o'clock on to whenever it stops. So I will not be here for that. I will switch. Me and Maddie did switch. Maddie will be getting you guys on Saturday. I will take you guys on Sunday. So that's right. You get a full Sunday of this face. And if I can make it back for my show in the morning with Al, I'll be on all day. So, I'll be Pat Bernarding it. So make sure you do that. And also, too, make sure you check out Pat, too. Pat's been doing his thing over on TikTok, so make sure you check Pat out as well. He's still giving his thoughts. He's still out there, and I believe he's still VIP at the Blue Oyster. So, talk to him. Make sure you check in on Pat over there. Make sure he's well-being. I will see you guys on Sunday. But again, tomorrow, special Birds Blast with Kyle Quinn, special time, 5 o'clock, Matty B, and Kyle will be discussing this week's game with the Raiders. And, of course, follow them at 9 o'clock, the debut of Philly Friday Frenzy with Big Al. So he will be on. So I don't know. Maybe if I can smooze out, I might pop in for a little bit and BS with Al on his first show. Give you a little Philly AM sports in the evening on the Frenzy. So there you have it. I will be talking to you guys then, which will be on Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Flyers fall in overtime tonight to the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Good game. They pick up a point, but it should have been 2. So with that being said, guys, you guys have the great rest of your night, and I will see you guys. I don't know. I may pop in. I don't know yet. I'll see you. Have a good night.